And we are live. Hello and welcome everyone to another episode of the King of Ireland tournament. I am Tech Cherry and I am proud to bring you some matches from the Gold Division. We have Pitlja here playing as the Orange Mayans. And on this side we have Funny Liquid playing as the Purple Burgundians. The first map for every match or every set is Irish Arabia, with the EIRE theming in the center and Celtic knots elsewhere. Before we get started on this map and the analysis, let's look at these players' ELOs. Pitlja here coming in around 1469 calculated for the tournament, and Funny Liquid around 1597. So Funny Liquid with about 140 to 130-ish of an ELO advantage over Pitlja. But Pitlja, we'll see what he can do. I've watched him so far in the tournament. He's a very strong player, and we have seen many upsets before. So perhaps Pitlja can overcome the odds and defeat the #1 seed in his division, Funny Liquid. Let's take a look at their Civ draft. Pitlja is a Bosnian player, and I believe Funny Liquid is from Israel. Pitlja is, of course, from Anvil, well-known clan, and I don't know if Funny Liquid is from a clan or not. So here are... I know that Funny Liquid, however, is part of the IU, which was Xavier Tanka's free-for-all community. It's a nice little group of people that like to play in weird settings and strange maps. So it is no surprise that he signed up for the tournament. So Funny Liquid has selected the Tatars, the Franks, the Britons, the Persians, the Malians, the Koreans, the Turks, and the Burgundians. And Pitlja has selected the Sicilians, Lithuanians, Mayans, Portuguese, Indians, Saracens, Bohemians, and Mongols. Funny Liquid sniped the Sicilians from Pitlja, though, who sniped the Britons in return for Funny Liquid. So let us begin the recording. In the lower left-hand side is Pitlja. Pitlja has Mayans. He'll start with an extra villager. Mayans get loom immediately because of the fact that they are housed. And Funny Liquid here is playing as the Burgundians. This is among the more open maps that I have seen. Irish Arabia is different from traditional Arabia in that archers are generally stronger and scouts are generally weaker. Well, actually, you know what? It depends. It really does depend. It's different in the sense that these woodlines are much thinner. I mean, look at it. He hardly has anything over here. So Pitlja actually may be able to get in on this side. His best woodline is probably right here, although it is a little bit, maybe a little bit forward for his liking. He hasn't scouted where Pitlja is, though, so he will probably build a lumber camp on this one. That's what I would do. But this is a pretty bad map for Funny Liquid. His berries, his stone, his gold are all forward. The only thing that's back are his deer, which he is pushing in now. So we might see some scouts play from Funny Liquid, although he's taking a boar already at 8 population. What is this? This is some crazy Burgundians build. Burgundians are known for getting, or for having access to, rather, their economy techs in an age earlier. So maybe we'll see some economy shenanigans from Funny Liquid, but his map certainly does not suggest he can play it very safe. This is a very bad map. Still pushing in his deer, hasn't found his other sheep yet. Who knows, maybe he's not planning on it. But the deer are a little bit closer on Irish Arabia. They start inside this ring of trees, and your secondary golds and stones are outside your ring of trees, so they're a little bit further away. And yes, he is building a lumber camp on this wood line, which is the best one. So Pitlja's got his lumber camp up. He's got 3, sending a 4th now out to wood. So we know that Pitlja is not going scouts, but we could have guessed that anyway because Pitlja is Mayans. What are Mayans known for? Well, Mayans have lots of really cheap units, including archers. Archers, eagles, you name it, they can make lots of it, and they don't need a super big economy for it. But what makes Mayans even more special is that their resources last longer. So that could be very good on a map where wood is quite scarce, and perhaps where Pitlja wants to be able to take this gold and stone a little bit longer. Pitlja's map is much more wallable than Funny Liquid's. But both of them really do not have that good of maps, honestly. Like, they're still missing back wood. All of their wood could be ranged. With exception of maybe this, but he's going to cut through this a little ways. So in terms of idle time, Pitlja already has about a villager's worth of idle time. Maybe the Mayans start kind of messing with them a little bit. Funny Liquid is at 5 seconds, so Funny Liquid's got a little bit cleaner of a build here. He's going to build a house and then probably bring in this boar with that house-building villager. Nope. Okay, send a different lady out to take the boar. So has Funny Liquid found all of his sheep yet? No, he found 2 more sheep out here and he sent them this far. And he has yet to find his other sheep out here. Let's see if Pitlja has found all of his sheep. Nope. And yes. So it looks like most players have found most of their sheep. Both players have found all but 2 of their sheep, I should say. But Pitlja is not pushing his deer in. I guess these deer are so close, you could almost long distance these deer, honestly. You could just walk out with 3 or 4 villagers and take them. But Pitt is probably more interested in his sheep. He's looking for them. Let's see what his scouting information is. Oh, that is so unfortunate. The sheep are literally in the one... Look at that. Oh, poor unlucky Pitt. Not going to find his sheep until probably Castle Age. But I promise you the map isn't bugged, but maybe he's thinking it now. I know I would be. Where are my sheep, dude? So we got 3 on wood for Funny Liquid. Funny Liquid has not gotten any eco-techs, at least not as far as I can... Oh, wait. He got double bit axe. He snuck it in while I wasn't looking. Sneaky boy. So he got double bit axe, and he's on 21 pop. Seems about right. And he had 3 on wood. He's now sending more. He's already clicked up. So this is a Scouts build. This is a 21 pop Burgundian Scouts with double bit axe already. That's pretty sick. I haven't played many... I don't own the Burgundians. I don't own any of the DLC civs. I don't really like them. I don't like it when civs come out as overpowered just because people don't know how to play them yet. It's true with other games too. So in protest, I haven't bought them. I also think it's a little bit expensive. So all of that justification aside and my own personal reasons that don't really matter for the tournament. Oh, Pitlja trying to be cute and get the scout with the quick gate, but Funny Liquid dodging it. What I'm getting at here is I haven't seen many Burgundian build orders. I've never really looked at Burgundians in detail, but 21 pop scouts sounds about right for them. Most civs can do 20 pop scouts, and any civ really could do like a 19 pop scouts. You just got to push deer. So it would make sense. Funny Liquid did push a deer in to be able to pull off 21 pop scouts from them and also spend 50 food or whatever it is on double bit axe, because I think it's half the food cost or something. I don't really know their bonuses. So Funny Liquid is going to finish this barracks a little bit late, but then he'll get up a stable here and he'll start pumping out scouts. Pitlja is taking advantage of the wall ability of his map. He's a little bit alarmed that Funny Liquid is feudal age already. You can see him kind of rushing up the walls as he builds a forward lumber camp on this wood here. It's probably the next best one. He doesn't want to send his scout out onto the map because feudal age scouts are weaker than feudal age scouts. Well, feudal age eagle scouts, I should say. Feudal age eagle scouts, they don't enjoy the attack and speed boost that the normal scouts get in feudal age. So Pitlja doesn't want to be caught out in that. He is rushing up the rest of his walls, and he wants to get his ranges up. He wants to start building that archer mass. He's built a mining camp, but nobody's here yet because they're all busy tapping these walls and making sure that he is safe from the scouts. Scouts eco is so good, though. So even if Funny Liquid doesn't get in, he'll still have map control, and he'll still have a pretty good economy behind this. He could get heavy plow now if he wanted, even. He's already gotten horse collar. He is long distancing these remaining deer, and I don't know if Funny Liquid is going to make many more scouts, if any at all. No, he's not. So Funny Liquid has managed to wall all of this. It took some time and it took some extra investment, but he was able to wall it before Pitlja could get out here. Funny Liquid finding Pitlja's sheep, so Pitlja won't even know that the map was not bugged. Oh man. What is Pitlja doing here? Oh, maybe he's plugging a hole or something? Yeah. He's very cognizant of an overchop over. He does not want to get these. Does not want to let the scouts in. Funny Liquid working on the house. The scouts do more damage to houses than palisade walls, which have 2 melee armor, and houses actually have negative melee armor. So it's more meaningful for scouts to attack houses than palisade walls, and more meaningful for archers to attack palisade walls than houses because houses have 8 pierce armor. Hey, John CZ3! Welcome. So Pitt driving these scouts out with a couple of archers. But notice this from Pitt. Pitt has gone 1 range. I don't know if Pitt's going to go 2 ranges or not. He has the gold to go 2 ranges, especially as Mayans. He's got 7 on gold. But I don't see a second range here from Pitt unless I'm blind. Maybe Pitt is just looking at this saying, I want to spend my... Yep, market. So Pitt is going to go FC crossbows. He's going to use the market to get up to the Castle Age before Funny Liquid. Throw down some... Wait. Nope. Alright. Never mind. Here's another range. Maybe Pitt is going to build a big ball of archers in the Feudal Age and go after Funny Liquid. What's Funny Liquid up to? Well, how's Funny Liquid for eco upgrades? He's gotten Bowsaw already. Another Burgundian perk. He's built another lumber camp out here, and he's built some houses out to protect it. He's getting gold mining now. So both players just a little bit on the passive side. Neither one quite getting to the other in time. And no one's willing to invest in a tower rush. Which is really too bad, because a tower right here for Pitlja could actually range all of these villagers on gold. Especially with fletching. So Pitlja is going to queue a spearman up. Funny Liquid is getting close to clicking up to the Castle Age, though. He's got 739, 49 food, and 200 wood. So this is looking really good for Funny Liquid's castle time. He's going to have a 20-minute castle time here. As soon as Wheelbarrow comes in. He's got Castle Age queued behind it. He makes the scouts, makes 3 scouts, doesn't get in. Talk about sick Burgundian eco. Hey, T-Bomber, hello and welcome. We have another stable coming up for Funny Liquid, so I don't know if we're going to see 3 stable Cavalier and just go all in and just bust in and break Pitlja. Pitlja is moving out with the archers now. 17 minutes and 50 seconds or so. Just under 18 minutes is the moral of the story. But what do you do with this? You'd expect maybe most opponents Castle Age in like 21, 22 minutes, and Pitlja is going to be early. So Pitlja is going to be here, but he's not going to have much time to do this damage. And his opponent is fully walled off anyway. Is this an overchop up here, though? It could be. Funny Liquid isn't paying attention. Pitlja could get in there. Instead, going to fight off this scout. He has one spearman to help him take good fights. So it'd be quite alarming once Funny Liquid hits Castle Age. Pitlja has clicked up himself. This is going to be a pretty good Castle Age time, even for archers. Funny Liquid chopping this tree, but the archers can range that. Needs to be careful not to lose anything. He's building a house here just in case this isn't closed. Is this an overchop? No, not quite. This tree has 9 wood left on it. And Pitlja cannot get in. Cavalier coming in for Funny Liquid immediately. He's going to start on Cavalier first and then maybe get the armor second because Cavalier takes longer to research. He has 3 stables down, one of which is hidden. Does Pitlja know about the second stable? He does not. He only knows about the first stable. So Pitlja does not exactly know what Funny Liquid is up to. Pitlja building another archery range. Inside of his base, he's got a couple houses coming down. He is, because he's housed, he's about 20 seconds away from Castle Age himself. Now, Burgundian Cavalier do not get bloodlines. Funny Liquid tracking this army. I don't think Funny Liquid's goal is this army, though. I think Funny Liquid's goal is to go directly after Pitlja's base. Pitlja just getting Castle Age now. Monastery coming up for Funny Liquid. So it looks like both of these players are going to go full... I don't think Funny Liquid is going to boom here. I think Funny Liquid is going to all-in Cavalier push. He made a bunch of Cavalier. He's getting Husbandry now. But the queue is empty for Funny Liquid. I guess he has 2 Cavalier in queue somewhere. Okay, 1, 2. He's not using the 3rd stable yet. But he's got a group of Cavalier here. But if Pitlja gets enough pikemen, he can definitely stop this. Okay, nope. Another town center coming up for Funny Liquid. It's next to this monastery, next to this gold, next to this tree, so it's a good town center location. Funny Liquid is producing from 2 stables. And Pitlja is getting all the crossbow upgrades. He's got Bodkin, he's got Crossbowmen, obviously, because these are Crossbowmen, and he's getting Thumbring now. So he is going to be able to fight off these Cavalier. This is a lot of crossbows. Pitlja with a 3-villager lead over Funny Liquid. Pitlja is 1 town center. I don't know if Pitlja plans to make more town centers. He is on stone for a castle. Or maybe for a lot of town centers, but it doesn't really look like Pitlja is going in that direction. Funny Liquid just has this group of 13 Cavalier here. They're not really doing anything. He has 3 more Cavaliers in queue, so Funny Liquid is building to a critical mass of Cavalier. And he's getting relics too. Now for Burgundians, relics provide food in addition to gold. So it's a little bit more of a bonus for Pitlja, or for Funny Liquid. And a disadvantage for Pitlja. John CZ3 says, I'd love to stick around, but I gotta get to sleep. 4 AM comes too quickly. I will catch this on demand. I don't think YouTube really has that. Technically. That is a Twitch thing. YouTube has videos. Just recordings. So, Pitlja does not see these Cavalier. And to my knowledge, he doesn't know about them either. He has no idea what Funny Liquid is doing. He's going to see this monk and pick it off. At least I would. Yeah, there we go. He just knows that there's 1 stable. So he does not know about all of Funny Liquid's Cavalier. Here they come. So he's going to see them now. This is a lot of Cavalier. This is 18 Cavalier, and Pitlja is going to have to get out of here. So if you're Pitlja, what else do you what else do you expect, I guess? I mean, maybe it's kind of obvious that your opponent is going to go Cavalier as Burgundians, because it's what they always do. But maybe there are other Burgundian options that I just don't know about. You guys are going to have to tell me. I guess the final option would be booming. So Pitlja is pinned up against the gate here. These archers are going to get pretty good value, given that they can't be attacked from multiple angles. Where's Funny Liquid going? Just decides not to fight this. Or he decides, hey, I can leave 4 Cavalier here and pick off the rest of the archers, and then use the rest to go fight Pitlja somewhere else. So Pitlja is going to lose all of his military here. And what's the next step? We've got 1 barracks making some pikemen, and we have another barracks coming up. He's going to have to be careful that he doesn't get an overchop, but there is one right here. These Cavalier come in for a raiding party. Ooh, this is not good for Pitlja. Pikemen are on their way. Pitlja throwing down a barracks. Kind of quick walling this maybe, but the Cavalier are too fast. And Funny Liquid sustaining production from at least 2 stables, sometimes 3. Panic Castle coming down from Pitlja. Just quick walling here and here. Try to keep these Cavalier out. Pikemen are dying, crossbows are dying. Funny Liquid is all over Pitlja's base. Pitlja is at 38 villagers to Funny Liquid's 54. So I want to know what happened to Pitlja's eagle. Maybe Pitlja could have used the eagle to scout what Funny Liquid was up to, and not walk into Funny Liquid's trap up here. And with that, Pitlja calls the GG, reads the writing on the wall, 25 villagers against 56. So we will see another game. Hey, Smokey, welcome. This is pretty quick. Funny Liquid is the #1 seed in this division. So Pitlja knew coming into this that it would be a tough fight and an uphill battle. But we'll see what he can do with the second game. So we are on Blarney Vale. This is Pitlja's home map. We're going to give the first win to Funny Liquid here. Blarney, you start with a couple of pavilions with lots of health. And these pavilions, because everything is so cramped up here, I didn't want people complaining that they didn't have time to get their houses up. So you have a little bit of extra time to get your houses up by nature of the fact that these pavilions exist. And you got hostile Gaia throwing accident that destroy them. The animals have random amounts of food. Looks like these cows have 194 food, so they've got some extra food. And the boar has 342, so the boar has 2 extra food. So let's talk about the Civ matchup. Pitlja over here in the orange as the Portuguese, and Funny Liquid as the Koreans. So Funny Liquid has deleted a section of wall and is trying to push his deer in, but these deer are not pushable. We're going to make you go outside, son. If you want that food, you're milling those deer. Funny Liquid trying to push his deer in, but the deer keeps running back. So Funny Liquid's going to give up and go explore the map. So sorry about that. It's not exactly clear, but the deer are kind of a gamble. You could have anything from 2 deer to 5 deer in the patches out here. So sometimes I see people pick Mongols on this map because they do a generation and they see 5 deer per cluster, and they're like, holy crap, this is a Mongols map. And then they play in the tournament and they only get 2 deer. So make sure you pay attention to that variance. It's not a bug, it's a feature. It's designed to be unpredictable and make players adapt. So let's talk about these civs. Koreans, obviously, you start with these towers. It's kind of a natural progression. You make more towers. The towers, you've got a lot of stone inside your base. Each one of these piles is 700. So there's 2,800 stone in this base alone. Funny Liquid also has a pretty awkward bad gold here. But there's 400 gold inside the base as well. Pitlja weakening the boar with the town center arrow fire and then killing it with his villagers. So towers, towers, and more towers. We saw Koreans against Berbers in the Krazini versus Bluegill show match. That was pretty entertaining. Bluegill really good with the Koreans, but Krazini going Berbers, kind of foreseeing that Koreans play on this map, made a bunch of camel archers and absolutely murdered those war wagons. Since the game sees war wagons as cavalry archers, and camel archers do bonus damage against them. So we could see some tower rushes, we could see some castle drops from Funny Liquid, who knows? Point is that the players start pretty close. It's a hideout themed style map with an obstacle in the center, and you kind of got to go around the side, and you don't know which side your opponent is going to go around. And the towers are more in the back, so if you really did want to do feudal aggression, you probably could. You can't really tower somebody's wood lines, but you could probably at least tower their town center and maybe some of their resources too, depending. Most of the time, there is Castle Age aggression on this map, though. I don't know that this map is the best map for booming, but we'll see. It does have space out here. There are lots of little piles, so the reason that Bluegill's tower rush didn't really work too well on Krazini is because he was just able to move over to another small pile. So the piles are small. That kind of nerfs the tower rush here. We'll see if Funny Liquid works with that or knows that, or maybe he'll tower rush anyway, and we'll see the same thing happen where Pitlja just moves from stone pile or gold pile to the next pile after each one gets towered. But it's definitely by design. It's not an accident. There are very few accidents in random map scripting with regards to how the map is played out. So, Portuguese. What's so great about Portuguese? Well, they can go FC into Oregon guns. So, Pitlja is kind of looking at this map like it's hideout, or maybe similar to Arena. Maybe thinking, I'll go FC, I'll drop a castle on my opponent, I'll make tons of organ guns, and those organ guns will have a very high damage output. There are wolves out here, so you got to be careful. Wolves were eradicated from Ireland, I think, in the late 18th century, but I like to think that this takes place in the Middle Ages, long before then. So there were still wolves around. So Funny Liquid is building his second mill out here. Going to mill the berries. The berries are representative of the poison garden. You can actually visit Blarney Castle today. It doesn't look like this. It's a ruin now, but there is a poison garden, and the folks there think that's really fun. They're very proud of their poison garden. So Pitlja is milling these deer, and then he's probably going to take these berries afterward. Otherwise, he'll build another mill. So they've got all kinds of nasty things growing in that poison garden. They've got nightshade, mandrakes, you name it. If it's bad for you, if it would kill you if you ate it, they've got it in that poison garden. At least anything that would grow in Ireland. So how are we looking for scouting here? What does Pitlja know? Well, he scouted the river back here, so he knows he can't wall straight back, and he also can't build back here. The river is, of course, representative of a real-life river running past Blarney Castle. He's got pretty good vision because of the towers, and he has not scouted his opponent yet. Is he trying to push that deer in too? That'd be pretty funny. I don't think so. So they are both on their way up to the feudal age. Pitlja is slightly ahead of Funny Liquid, although Funny Liquid has slightly less town center idle time than Pitlja. So it'd be interesting to see what these players make of their next age. Let's take a look at Funny Liquid's vision, see what Funny Liquid has scouted. So Funny Liquid has come all around. He knows where Pitlja's towers are approximately. So he knows where Pitlja is. So, funny story, these palisades are actually outposts that have the same armor, that have been given the same armor as palisades, and the appearance of palisades, but they are actually outposts. That's why you hear the tower sound when I click on them. So that means that because they're outposts, if you get redemption, you can actually convert these palisade walls. It's pretty funny. So how is Pitlja looking? Well, it looks like he's going to have the wood to build a market and a blacksmith immediately upon hitting the feudal age. Will he do that, though? Yes, here's the market. And where's the blacksmith pit? Where is it? There it is. Probably has a couple more villagers in queue. And he's taking stone already. He's taking gold already. He's got plenty of wood. I don't think Pitlja is going to have the food, though, to click up to the castle age. That's going to be the problem. This map takes a little bit of lab work to figure out what you need to do for your build order. Funny Liquid, however, is going to have the food to click up. It's been doing a little bit better of a job taking deer meat, taking berries, just getting this market and blacksmith up. So Funny Liquid is going to be Castle Age before Pitlja. Funny Liquid actually has approximately as much stone too, so I'm not really sure what happened with Pitlja's build here. Maybe Pitlja investing more in the farming. So there could be an argument that Pitlja has a safer economy, and that's why he's a little bit behind in terms of food. I actually designed this map around Saracens, though. I like that Saracens can take the stone and then sell it, abuse the market to get to the next stage really quickly, like a lightning Saracen FC into crossbows or monk rush or whatever you want. So Pitlja a few villagers ahead of Funny Liquid, but this is going to change as Pitlja catches up and starts to go to the Castle Age himself. So Funny Liquid is slowly accumulating the stone to build a castle. He needs a little bit more on stone to be able to afford that, but we'll see. Maybe he'll use the market. Alright, Pitlja is now clicking up. We've got about a minute of idle time for Pitlja and about 37 seconds of idle time for Funny Liquid. So Funny Liquid has done a little bit more scouting of his opponent, and we can tell from the HP of the scout. He has a better idea of where his opponent's resources are. He knows his opponent's got some... Hey, chips are tasty. Hello and welcome. I'm probably going to try to do at least one more set. So we've got I think more stone here and more stone here. Or maybe this was the gold. Point is, Funny Liquid has a really good idea of Pitlja's base, and it cost him most of his scout HP to get that information. Pitlja says, wait, you can't reseed farm. What the frick? And Funny Liquid says no, as Pitlja reseeds a farm. So that's kind of strange. So, Funny Liquid putting down a second town center. Pitlja is almost to castle age. I want to see that castle drop from Pitlja. He's got extra stone too, so he might even be able to accumulate enough stone to build a second castle in the not too distant future. Pitlja castle age. Nope, it's a defensive castle. Oh, you guys are killing me. Come on. Go get him. He's just over here. You know he's over here. Maybe Pitlja is a little bit afraid. Maybe Pitlja doesn't want to get too close to these guard towers. So Funny Liquid is building his castle defensively as well. And dropping another town center. So both players opting for 2 town center play. Alright. So what do Portuguese do if they boom up? Is Pitlja maybe thinking about a fast imp? I don't think he's got enough on farms for a fast imp. Certainly doesn't have the food for it. So it looks like it's just a standard boom. Pitlja is fighting off this wolf. Alright, the castle's going to help out. So the villager count is dead even, 32 to 32 so far. Both players in the castle age, so this is anyone's game. Funny Liquid does have twice the military, though, of Pitlja. Where is that military? He's got a war wagon. Yes, he's going war wagons. So he has a wagon and a scout in his castle. The scout was heavily injured from scouting out the towers. And now he has a couple of wagons. So I'd like to see Funny Liquid make a bunch of wagons and attack Pitlja. I think this area is vulnerable. The wagons have high pierce armor, so these watchtowers aren't going to do too much. And depending on what upgrades Pitlja has on some of these watchtowers and the spacing, Funny Liquid may even be able to camp the base of these towers with his war wagons. Yes, Funny Liquid is the #1 seed in this gold division. So Funny Liquid is known for, at least how I know Funny Liquid is, Funny Liquid was part of Xavier Tenka's stream and part of the IU, and Funny Liquid and the Otter One and Shimon and Tipe and all those characters would play FFAs. Hey, Zerg. And it was really fun to watch these guys go at it. When you play the FFAs, it's like you look at the game a completely different way. And so those guys love their weird settings and their odd civs and their odd maps. And I have huge respect for that, and I am kind of geeking out that the Funny Liquid and the Otter One and Tipe and all those guys signed up for this tournament. I feel very lucky. Because I'm always curious to see what they're going to make of it. But Pitlja is no slouch. Pitlja is a member of Anvil. Anvil is highly known for their creative strategies as well. Ah, yes. Here we go. Here we go. We got some villagers, and we got a piano cannon rolling forward. We have a castle drop. Pitlja's piano cannons have found this castle the hard way, looks like, from their health. And we've got the castle drop from Pitlja. Let's go. How did I miss that? I was too busy gushing about Funny Liquid. Okay, so we got war wagons coming forward. Can these war wagons beat this number of organ guns? I don't know. The organ guns, I mean, they're not that... I mean, I guess they don't have much health. Pierce armor. Pitlja bailing on this. Gonna let his organ guns fight. The organ guns they do have very good damage output. So maybe the reason Pitlja built that... He's canceling the castle. Come on, man. Don't give it up. You're winning this. Kind of. So Pitlja, I guess, changing his mind. The War Wagons have a win over the Organ Guns here, chasing the Organ Guns away. The Organ Guns are considered siege. Maybe Pitlja just needed more Organ Guns. Maybe all of the things being equal, large groups of Organ Guns are better against large groups of Cav Archers. Or War Wagons, rather. And the War Wagons are knocking at the door for Pitlja now. He has a lot of farming eco in here that the War Wagons could totally just sit under this town center and ignore its arrow fire. He's on his way in. See if Pitlja reacts. He does. Town center firing at the wagons. The wagons don't care. And Pitlja is kind of in trouble. Doesn't have a good answer to these wagons. You know, ironically, pikemen are actually not that bad against wagons. You normally wouldn't make pikemen against cav archers, but these wagons are slower, and they have high pierce armor. So skirmishers less effective, pikemen more effective. And the wagons are leaving now, but the damage is done. Funny Liquid is now a few villagers ahead of Pitlja and idled him. So definitely worth it for him. As we got villagers attempting to build the castle on this side. How did I miss that? Pitlja has to flee. Funny Liquid sees it, denies it. Pitlja even built an outpost here, but Funny Liquid's vision too good. Pitlja really wants this castle drop. Now the castle's going to go up over here. Or the foundation is placed over here. Pitlja, I respect that. Pitlja not giving up on a dream. Not giving up on his dream. So how are we doing on resources? Well, both players are doing pretty well on gold. They're spending their food like drunken sailors, though. And wood is pretty tight for Funny Liquid as well, as the war wagons are not cheap. If Pitlja can get this castle up, all he needs to do is go Imp first and take advantage of some of the Portuguese options in Imp. Could use the technology advantage to trap down all these fortifications from Funny Liquid. But these wagons are in on Pitlja's eco, harassing Pitlja. And Pitlja cannot spare the resources to defend this castle drop and defend his eco at the same time from these wagon raids. It's kind of weird to think of war wagons as a raiding unit, but I mean, they're still cav archers. Pitlja is, I don't know where he's going with these. He's looking to hop into the towers here, but this is kind of a disaster for Pitlja. He's losing so many villagers to this. Was the castle drop worth it? Castle drop may have actually, ironically, worked better when Funny Liquid had not had the chance to get any war wagons out yet. So what's left now? Pitlja has nothing in this watchtower, nothing in this watchtower. This town center is almost completely filled up. He's got another town center out here. I don't know what Pitlja does. Funny Liquid has a pretty big advantage, and this castle honestly does not do much. It doesn't even range this stone. It does secure this part of the map for him, and he is destroying this tower of flies here. I've yet to see anybody bust through this gate, kill these axemen, and attack their opponent from up here, from this hill advantage. I have, however, noticed that Funny Liquid is going to drop a castle on Pitlja right here. So organ guns versus wagons. Who will reign victorious? So the high pierce armor of the war wagons negated by the high attack of these organ guns. But there's just not enough organ guns here. Okay, that wagon goes down. Can Funny Liquid get this castle up? He gets he takes down the tower. Pitlja will surely see this castle drop. Oh, Funny Liquid making it more aggressive. Pitlja dropping a counter castle. Oh my goodness. Out of desperation. He does have piano cannons at the ready. I think Pitlja denies this. Oh, I don't know. It's so close. Pitlja should just come in here and attack the bills. Don't worry about these war wagons. The piano cannons are going to be better at killing bills, and he wants to deny this castle. Will Pitlja deny it? Come on, Pit. We were rooting for Pit because we want to see a third game. Oh no, the castle goes up. So Pitlja's castle will also go up. But dang. At great cost. Funny Liquid is about 30 villagers ahead of Pitlja at this point. and is going to mill Pitlja's forage bushes. The war wagons are everywhere. These piano cannons are having a hard time keeping up. I think they're slightly more powerful, but they're not as fast. These castles are firing. I don't even think these farms are safe. No, this villager goes down to the castle fire. Funny Liquid paying attention. Pitlja does have a hill advantage here, which really helps him, especially with high attack. So he is going to drive off these wagons for now. Pitlja building another town center down here. What does Funny Liquid know about Pitlja's town center activity? Not much, but he just has the instinct to come down here. And he's going to find Pitlja's stone miners. Pitlja cannot expand this way, and Funny Liquid's castle sees all, preventing Pitlja from expanding in this other direction. So Funny Liquid just playing really well. He makes Pitlja look like a noob, but Pitlja is no noob. Pitlja is a solid 1500 player. So Funny Liquid just knows this map. He knows what to do. Like, he was even coming down here before he even saw Pitlja's villagers building the mining camp. He just knows, okay, I've closed him in on this side. Now it's time to go see if he's going to expand on this other side. And that's what he does. So who is going to get Imp first is a big question. Funny Liquid has enough stone to build another castle. It'd be interesting to see if that's what he chooses to do. If I was them, and I know I'm not these guys, but can somebody please go Imperial Age? Hill bonus is a % increase, right? I believe so. I believe it is a 25% attack bonus damage and a 25% penalty to attack uphill. So 25% more damage downhill, 25% less uphill. Okay, Pitlja is selling wood for gold. Pitlja's economy is in rough shape. He keeps on getting raided by Funny Liquid's war wagons. Here comes another wave. This Funny Liquid is getting gold shaft mining. Funny Liquid has lots of wood and stone. He could build towers all day. These war wagons are just going to sit under this town center fire. They don't care. The villager goes down. Funny Liquid is taking Pitlja's gold over here and building a stable. That's interesting. Wonder what the stable's for. Does Funny Liquid have a stable already? No. So it's probably for bloodlines, for the wagons, if I had to guess. Oh, wait a second. I don't think... Do Koreans even get bloodlines? You guys can let me know. If they do, then I think that's what the stable's for. If they don't, then I don't know what the stable's for. Archery range coming up too, so maybe thumb ring from the archery range? I know Koreans get thumb ring. So petards from Funny Liquid taking down Pitlja's castle. This is a classic IU, AYLLU, Tenka free-for-all maneuver. And now he's just, well, alright, for good measure, I might as well take down this town center as well. Those guys are not afraid of petards, as Pitlja is under attack over here. He's sending his organ guns back to deal with it. He hasn't had much luck doing damage to Funny Liquid over here, so I guess he's on his way back to fight off the wagons. Funny Liquid selling a bunch of extra food. He's going to have the gold to click up, and there's the imp click up from Funny Liquid. But Pitlja is in trouble. He's in 25 villagers, and he calls the GG. Good luck next. So Funny Liquid is going to win this 2-0 against Pitlja, but well played from both players. I agree. Petards are an underrated unit. A lot of people forget about them. I know I do, much of the time. So, well played from both players, but Funny Liquid showing that he's got the stuff. #1 seed for a reason in this division. For sure. So we'll have to say farewell to Pitlja. We've enjoyed following him through the tournament, and we're excited to see what Funny Liquid comes up with in the future in his next set. So let's see, what time is it? 10 o'clock? Yeah, we can absolutely do another set here. So with that, we will close this down, exit out of these replays. And I think next, What is next? In the list, next is Jabari versus Tuta. If you made a control group of Batards, you could level a whole town. Yeah, maybe. Oops. So, thanks folks for watching. We're going to end the stream here, but we're going to start it up in like 5 minutes just so I can have a discrete video for every set. And I will continue to add these to the playlist. So I really appreciate you guys being here, and like I said, I'll be right back. I want to give every set its own name and its own unique video. So I'll be right back. But until then, I will see you later.